Well, blessings, everybody. We're drawing close to the end of our examination of the book of Amos. Thank you for being faithful and for pressing on. Today, read Amos chapter 9, the first 10 verses right here. And these verses, we see that the Lord is going to judge. And boy, this is powerful, so watch this. Amos says, I saw the Lord standing beside the altar, and the Lord said this, to smite the capitals, to break them. And the Lord said, I will slay the rest of everybody there by sword. They will not have a fugitive who will flee. No refugee will escape from them. And then he tells to what degree that he's going to go after these folks. That though they dig into Sheol, from there my hand will take them. Though they ascend to the heaven, from there I will bring them down. Though they hide on the summit of Carmel, on the top of Mount Carmel, hiding in the caves, I will search them out and take them. Though they conceal themselves from my sight on the floor of the sea, from there I will command the serpent, and it will bite them. So you see that the Lord is saying, no matter where these folks go to hide, I will find them, and I will bring punishment upon them. Though they go into captivity before their enemies, even if they're hauled off into captivity, from there I will command the sword that it slay them. And you see, God is serious about this. And he said, I will set my eyes against them for evil and not for good. And all of a sudden, the Lord comes along and he declares that he is the Lord God of hosts. He's showing us why he has this authority to do what he's saying he's going to do. He said, I'm the one who touches the land, and the land melts away. It rises up and down like the Nile. You know how we saw earlier how the earthquakes move. He says, I'm the one who does this. I'm the one who's built the upper chambers in the heavens. And I founded a vaulted dome on the earth. I called for the water of the sea and poured on the face of the earth. You didn't know the Bible talked about the hydrological cycle, did you? That's where we get rain. And then he declares, the Lord is his name. So the Lord declares, are you not as the sons of Ethiopia? We start to get some insight here about something, because all this time he's been saying, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do this, but the question should have been popping in your mind, I wonder who he's talking about. You know, in the context of everything, you think, well, maybe it's this group and maybe it's this group. But we were just a little uncertain here. But now, watch this. Have I not brought you up, Israel, from Egypt? He's been speaking to Israel, particularly the northern kingdom. All that describing, if you hide on Carmel, if you hide in the bottom of the ocean, I'm going to come and I'm going to punish you. And he said, is it not I that has brought the Philistines and the Arameans about? And he says, the eyes of the Lord are on the sinful kingdom. I will destroy it from the face of the earth. So we ask, who's he talking about? He's talking about the northern kingdom. He's talking about what he's going to do to the northern kingdom. But then he says this, nevertheless, I will not totally destroy the house of Jacob. I will shake the house of Israel as just like a sieve. You do grain in the sieve, yet not a kernel will fall to the ground. Now watch this. All the sinners of my people will die by the sword. You know, throughout Amos, he said 3 separate times, seek the Lord. Seek his face that you may live. And this is what he's speaking of. He's saying all the people who have not sought me, the sinners, they will die. Whether they die in captivity, whether they die here, no matter where they're going to hide, they will die by my hand. He said those who say the calamity will not overtake us or this will not confront us, God would never do this. God says, I will kill the sinners of my people. There's some interesting things about that. We see that the remnant that will be left behind here are apparently those that have sought the Lord, even those that were hauled off into captivity and wound up living in captivity, at some point in time must have turned to the Lord and sought the Lord. You know, God is serious about judgment. We need to do what he tells us to do, which is to seek the Lord. I'll see you again next time. It'll be the last video on Amos, so stay with us. See you then. Bye-bye.